Well, Nolan, first of all, I want to thank you for coming out and hanging out and taking some ground balls here. When you're, say, before this thing starts and before the game starts, do you sit down and look at scouting reports and things like that from a defensive standpoint?
Absolutely. I always try to, do my homework on who I'm facing. I'm fortunate enough to have the experience, but unfortunately I got Stubby and some of the coaches that help me with where to play. It's a little different nowadays. There's a lot of numbers that they go through and share with me, but I definitely have a feel. I try to go off field too. I try to trust who I am and what I know, but there's definitely a numbers aspect that we have to trust also.
Yeah. Has this always just come pretty natural for you, or is it one of those things that you put a lot of time into?
Yeah, I feel like fielding's always come natural. But I've had to work. I've had to work on my feet. I've always had a good arm, good hands. But to be honest with you, I love taking ground balls, man. I love the process of it. I love going out on the field and working on it. I don't look at it as a chore or something that I got to do just to say I did it. I actually enjoy coming out here and working on my fielding.
Well, I tell you, for me, as I talked to you about a minute ago, this was therapy for me. Yeah. It gave me a chance to get away from the rest of the world, and here I'm in my own world, and I'm able to, there are no restrictions. I'm able to create as I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I never had any restrictions as far as playing defense. I never locked myself into a certain way of making a play either. I said, well, you can't do it like this. People say, a lot of times I would hear, well, you can't throw off of that foot, or you can't throw off of this foot. And I said, well, why not?
Yeah.
If you can still make the play, right.
Well, I think that's my favorite part about ground balls. I think one thing I've always done is I do try everything. I do like trying different plays. And to be honest with you, if we just took ground balls all the time with nothing like changing your mental, then it would get kind of boring. But every day I take ground balls, I don't want to make errors, right?
That's
no
right.
errors. Hit the guy in the chest.
That's right.
Backhand, the Derek Jeter play. Different things like that, that push me, but also make me better. Okay,
let me ask you this. You start from a stagnated standpoint, or are you always moving?
I'm always moving. I start kind of tall. I could never do like Scott Rowland, how he started so wide, what I'm saying? I just could never do that. I just feel like I'm kind of always jittery, and I like to move a lot, and it keeps my first step quicker. And for me, so I like to start tall and then just kind of bounce around and just trust it.
Yeah. So when I talk to people about fielding, you remember in physics how we talked about what's in motion stays in motion?
Yeah.
So anytime you got movement, it makes it easier to flow into the play.
Absolutely. Like I said, that's why I never wanted to start like with no movement.
Right.
I always want to keep my body moving. I always want to I just feel like that helps my first step, in my rhythm.
Yeah, a lot of times when people talk to me about playing defense, they think that I've got this big philosophy, and they're looking for a whole lot of stuff. And I said, no, it's real simple. The body reacts to what it sees.
Absolutely.
And if the body's moving, it's easier to go left, right, back, forward.
I agree. I think, it's funny, I always get asked like what drills you've done throughout your career. I'm like, there's not a whole lot of drills, there's just a lot of ground balls.
Ground balls.
A lot of ground balls. There's, drills aren't gonna make you a great fielder, but if you work on ground balls and making the throw and throwing from different angles, that's how you become a better fielder.
That's exactly right.
Drills help, but getting out there on a field and throwing, that's how you're gonna get better.
Yeah, and knowing where you are on the field at all times.
Exactly right.
I watch you take ground balls, and it appears to me, and if somebody asked me, I'd say, where you are at all times.
Yes. Yeah, in the situation, right?
Yes.
How many outs? Where the play's at. If the ball's hit hard to me, I go to second. If it's hit slow, I'm gonna go to first. I'm gonna go home on this. Those are things I'm definitely thinking about before the play happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun, and
it's fun for me hitting ground balls with you, man.
I love the creativity.
Yeah. Well, I love being out here. I'm fortunate to be out here taking ground balls with you, and it's an honor. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And when I see that, that wall, that sign that says, become wizards and taking ground balls and stuff, man, it's cool, man. It's
Well, that truly is an honor to have a field named after you, and I'm sure that as time goes on here, they'll probably add your name to it because you're fun to watch, because there's so much improvisation with what you do, but you do it with great degree of consistency.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing is consistency, trying to be as consistent as possible. I mean, you've won so many Gold Gloves. I won my share, and I just, you want to hold up your end of the bargain.
That's
you know what
right.
I'm saying? You
That's
never want to
right.
let that go.
And now keep in mind, I'm 69 years old here too
You're
now.
getting down perfect right now, man. Damn. Your hips are better than mine.
I'd say, you know, sometimes it's all about making sure that you stay limber.
Yeah, that's right. As you get old, I mean, you know, but as you get older, you get tight and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to stay loose, flexible.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, fielding for me is like dancing. You know, you one step, you two step, three step, and watching you play, you know, reminds me a lot of how I played. You know, like I said, it's beautifully, the improvisation of it is just majestic.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, the biggest thing for us, and I know you were like that, is the instincts, man.
Instincts, that's
the only
right.
way your instincts are going to take over is if you actually work on this stuff.
That's right.
So your instincts are going to take over when you aren't trying different plays and stuff like that. So that's why you got to practice this stuff. But my goal is always to just have my instincts take over, you know, and you know, just trusting, man. I mean, it's just like hitting and fielding, man. When you don't have to think, good things are going to happen.
That's exactly what I tell the young guys, that hey, you know, you want to operate in your subconscious mind here. You don't want to have to think. You know, I was talking to a young guy yesterday, and I said, your problem is you think too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I said the body, it reacts to what it sees, so let it happen.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely right.
Stubby, you're pretty good.
That was nice, Stubby.
You're pretty good. So this year, what are you looking for from the team?
Well, I'm looking for us to get back to good Cardinal baseball, and I'm looking at us to take that next step. We got some good young players that are ready to take a next step, that have the experience already. Now it's time to go. You know, we can't use that excuse no more. And for us veterans is to go out there and play, man. You know, God willing, we stay healthy. And you know, if we stay healthy, we're gonna be right where we want to be. And as a team, if our pitchers pitch, we gotta play good defense, and that's what Cardinal baseball is about. I mean, last year was a slip. But every year before that, we were the best defense in the game. So
yeah,
we got to get that back.
All right, so hold on a second, Stubby. Got a surprise for you.
All right.
You got great hands, right? I'm going to see how good your hands are.
Yeah? Okay.
Take a peek at this.
Is this what we used back in the day?
Yeah, this is what we're going to use today.
Oh, God.
This is what we're going to use today. Now we get a chance to see how good our hands are.
Yeah, that's right.
What's it feel like?
Oh, man, it feels like I'm not going to be able to catch any baseball. So,
there's a lot more padding.
Yeah, there's a lot of padding, though. Yeah. But it looks like I'm going to make a few errors, and that's not a good feeling to have when you know that's going to happen. So.
You'll be okay.
Yeah,
You'll be
we'll
okay.
see.
I had an old glove collection at one time, and I don't know where they are now, but there were a lot of them. There was no strings in here at all.
Really?
The fingers are all loose.
Just like this?
Yeah, just
That's
like
crazy.
this. And so it really, I think, emphasizes just slowing the ball down and changing the direction of it.
I've seen some fielders, you know, like field with gloves that are kind of flat, you know, and work on the hands. I feel like middle infield, that's huge. Third base, I can get away with not needing to do it, but it's, you know, it probably help out the hands a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I can see that.
This would be a good practice. Yeah, good practice tool.
For sure.
You know, you look at a glove that's made today, modern day gloves, it gives you so much more area to catch the ball.
Yeah, I know. I use a size 12.
I do. My is a 12 and a half.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I had a 6 finger.
At shortstop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
it gave me a little extra when I had to dive or whatever, because, you know, that was a big part of what I did too, you know, so that little extra sometimes gave me all of the range and stuff.
And you never felt like it was hard to get it out or anything like that?
No.
Wow, that's pretty good.
You know what? You take so many ground balls.
Yeah, I know, that's true. You get used to it.
The repetition, you do it over and over. We got some tricky ones now.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Fielding with two hands ain't my style, but you see me fielding? Yeah. That's too natural for him.
No.
I want to know who's backhanding on this thing.
No, this will make you get in front of it.
Yeah. I'm not risking on that backhand. I'm cheating.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Yep.
Here we go.
He tried to get out of there.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Well, for these 69-year-old legs here.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
one-handed there.
Last one here. Nolan, I want to thank you so much, man, for spending some time here.
appreciate you, brother.
And it's great watching you, man. Golly,
Hey, it's an incredible honor to have you back out here, man.
Well, thank you so much.
Just you being around here, man, makes us better. So we appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you.